and mighty, he reclines as a ruthless leader upon a throne made from a single piece of cut stone. The throne is crafted with 4 corners of ram's heads. In the backdrop, there is a wasteland of jagged mountains creeping before a luminous orange sky. He wears a blood-red tunic, which covers a suit of armor. The armor can mostly be seen below the knee. In his right hand, he holds a scepter in the shape of an ankh and a golden globe clenched tightly in his left. By the crown upon his head, he fronts as a true emperor and leader, but an emperor over who? We will start with the background. The jagged mountains in the backdrop are described by Arthur Waite as barren and stark. A vast expanse of nothingness which brings to light the sole power that the figure in the center has over the world around him. Just as a rocky, crag-ridden terrain can have dominance over the will of a hiker, the Emperor claims total control of anyone or anything that he is near. The next series of symbols to decode in this card come from the wardrobe of the Emperor. The crown that sits firmly upon his head, made of gold and gemstones, appears to be of a great weight. There's a famous quote from Shakespeare's Henry IV, which states, "Uneasy is the head that wears the crown," a testament to the unsaid pros and cons of being a ruler. On one hand, power is coveted by most to rise above the rest of the world, but on the other hand, power comes with notoriety and responsibility which can break a man's spirits, if not strong-willed. Due to his reclined stance, however, he has no issue with the power that he has come to hold. His tunic is red in color, which, as stated in the Magician segment, symbolizes war, power, and blood. The man in question could potentially be a seasoned general, or perhaps a dictator of some sort. His tunic, however, is only a thin covering which encases a more sturdy and viable wardrobe. This could possibly be interpreted as having caused a war or violent acts through their control, but have not been majorly impacted by the outcomes of their actions. He wears a suit of clad armor under his tunic, a sign of being protected and secure. Plate armor was created in the later parts of the Middle Ages around the 14th century, outperforming the defensive ability of chainmail armor. It left only small slits where a sword could pierce or slash through, turning human soldiers into medieval tanks. The Emperor, being clad in plate armor, is therefore immortal from most of the dangers that would otherwise affect the average being. In his left hand he holds a golden globe. No, not that golden globe. A golden orb representing the world. He is seen clutching it tightly, a firm grip which denotes true power over it. This solves our question as to what the Emperor rules over. His domain is the world. Pause. The next symbol of the card that I noticed was the most abundant symbol shown in the card. The Emperor's throne is crafted from a single piece of stone and carries 4 distinct ram's heads images on it. What symbolism might the ram's head signify? The ram is a creature of this earth known not only for its regality, but also its strong nature. The ram, by its masculine strength, is a symbol of defiance and control. As an adult male member of the goat or sheep species, it carries with it the important role of procreative forces and instills the cycle of life for its kin. In Greek mythology, the golden fleece sought after by Jason and his Argonauts is a legendary symbol of divine power, which is said to be unobtained by any man. A radiant symbol of esoteric knowledge, which no man lives to attain. The ram, in Egyptology, is a very curious symbol indeed. The ram-headed god Khnum is considered to be one of the most important gods of ancient Egypt, as he represents human creation and the fertility of the entire world. Khnum Khufu, the pharaoh said to have commissioned the building of the pyramids, shares a namesake with this god. His name translates as Khnum is my protector. Khnum is said to have molded the universe in a great cosmic egg and humans from the mud of the Nile River, which eventually gave birth to the planets, stars, and all creatures of the world. The idea of a divine being creating life from mud is not an uncommon concept. In fact, the story of Khnum has been replicated in most civilizations and regions throughout the world. In ancient Mesopotamia, the Sumerian god Enki wanted to create servants for the gods, so he made man out of clay and blood. In Zoroastrian tradition, Gaiomart, the first human, is created from mud. Even in ancient China, the female goddess Nuwa molded humanity from the yellow earth. The Incan god Viracocha formed humans from clay, and the Babylonian goddess Nihursag formed humanity from, you guessed it, clay. The concept that follows the story of the ram god Khnum is universal. They who create life from the earth is the creator, God. Yes, the emperor is, without question, the divine being who created humanity and the world. To finalize my theory, it should be noted that Khnum, the ram-headed creator god of Egypt, was also the patriarch of one other attribute: water. As shown in my previous video on the magician, Jesus' most important elemental connection is to that of water, which brings no surprise that there would be a direct connection to the emperor's elemental symbolism, as he depicts the Heavenly Father that created Christ and humankind alike. In summary, the emperor is a man who is stoic, mighty, carrying plate armor which protects him from all the rest of the world, as if he is immortal. In his hands he holds the Egyptian sign for life, and in his other, the world. He has total control over humankind and everything this world has to offer. He stands before a barren wasteland to symbolize that he has complete control, and his ties to ancient mythology prove that he is the creator and the supreme being over all. I'd like to thank you for joining us on another edition of the Eleusinian Society's Eso-Tarot series. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any suggestions for future videos.